Hi, welcome to Primetime Pickleball. My name is Nicole Havlicek. In this video, I'm going to talk about the modern third shot, drops, drives, and beyond. This is a remix of my presentation from day one of the virtual Pickleball Summit hosted by CJ Johnson at Better Pickleball, where I presented alongside 10 other pickleball experts and influencers. Please see the description below for links to all 3 days of the summit. Thanks to CJ at Better Pickleball for this footage. Missing one of our videos is like missing an easy put-away. Don't let that be you. Subscribe now.
I got to tell you, we talked about this and she threw me this topic like right away. She was the first one to get her title in. And it was the modern third shot, drops, drives, and beyond. So what is the modern third shot?
So basically the way I think about the modern third shot is that it's not just about the drop, okay? So, and I think that has come around, probably in the last year or so. People are starting to understand that the goal is you don't have to drop the third shot every time, because there are certainly times when you don't want to. For example, if you already are going to have the offensive advantage, if someone hit a return that is high and short and it's just kind of sitting up there, you can already, take advantage of that high ball opportunity. That's what you're striving for the whole time you're playing pickleball, is to get that high sitting shot that you can attack and hit kind of flat through the court, or even a little bit of a downward trajectory, or as much downward trajectory as you can possibly get out of that ball, no matter if it's up at the kitchen or further back. So I think we've heard a lot about that now, is that, okay, if it's you want to drop it, except if it's kind of high and sitting there, then you want to drive it. That's what we've heard mostly over the last year. But that's not the only time that you want to do something other than drop, okay? Because the drop it's actually a very technically advanced shot, and I see people getting better and better at it all the time. But here comes, okay, so you serve and here comes this return. And maybe it's relatively flat and somewhat deep. It's got some pace on it, and you're taking the shot with medium or high pace, and you're trying to take all the pace off and finesse that thing and hit it with precision, with a particular arc and a particular speed, with a little bit of backspin on it so that it bounces and doesn't bounce too high, okay? Like, that is no small feat. Like, when you see the pros do it, they make it look super easy, but it's really not. So you have to kind of like work your way up to that. And yes, you want to be able to first get locked in at a drop that's like, okay, medium pace, not super deep in the court. Lock that in both sides, okay? I know people are getting really comfortable on their forehand, but you want to work that backhand too, because keep in mind that if you're really trying to hit everything with your forehand and someone hits it way over here, whether you're on the even side, you're going to kind of be putting your body into your partner side of the court, and then that your line is somewhat exposed for the next shot, and you're going to be hustling over there to cover it. So you want to be maintaining your position as best you can. If it comes body, okay, sure, take those with the forehand. But people are going to start picking apart your backhand as you get up and level. The precision they can hit with is going to be better and better, and they're going to be able to find that backhand no matter where you're at. Okay, so yes, certainly lock in the forehand once you're feeling really good with that. Definitely, you got to work kind of equally. Maybe spend extra time on your backhand, okay? And then if the ball does come, short and high, rip that thing. And work on pressing your comfort zone as far as your drops. Like, when you're drilling, hit that drop from wherever you possibly can. Try to make sure that you get well behind it so that you can kind of step in. I see a lot of people just kind of barely getting back to it just in time. They're taking their time and they're hitting it late. But if you really hustle, you gotta hustle back there, backpedal real quick, or turn and side shuffle back real quick, so that you can always kind of be trying to step into that ball with your forward momentum on both sides. Okay, so also there are definitely times like you don't want to drop. If you're on the run, okay, and you're stretching and your contact point's gonna be like way out here, or someone ripped it at you and you're going to be jammed, what I would suggest you do at that point is not drop it, and maybe just kind of hit a flat ball tight to the net, okay? That's another thing, skill you're going to have to work on, is you want to if you're back, you want to be trying to keep that ball low and work your way to get that ball that is droppable. All right, so And the drive is not just for that high sitter that you can be aggressive with. You want to hit also a drive when you're pressed, and that precision drop is just not going to be there for you because you're going to float it or you're going to hit it into the net. So rip one low. Your goal with that one, your only goal is to try to keep it low so they have to like volley or half volley or dink volley that thing up, okay? And then you're going to try to generate an easier ball for yourself that you can then drop on the fifth. And maybe they hit a great shot again and you have to rip that fifth again, and then maybe you can drop on the seventh. Okay, so it's more about like you have to think about it in a much different way other than just always drop the third because you're trying to get to the net. Definitely you're trying to get to the net, but that opportunity might not come on the third because they hit such a good shot. So you might have to set up that opportunity for the fifth or the seventh. Or you did have that third shot drop, but like it didn't quite make it. And if you advance, that it's going to sit up. Maybe you hit it too high, but it will bounce, and then it's going to sit up, and then they're going to rip it at you, and you're still on your way into the net. That's not good either. Okay, you're going to want to maybe hang back at the baseline for that next ball if you see it's not going to quite be there, and then drop the next. Or if you hit a great shot, drive the next. So you have to think about it in these combinations of what are you trying to achieve. Yes, you're trying to advance to the net, so that's your first goal. Can I drop in and advance to the net on this one? If the answer is yes, by all means do that. That's the first thing you want to do. If that drop is going to be tough, your next best option, I would say, is to rip that thing with a drive low. Try to get them to hit that next ball up so that you can then drop. Okay, so that's kind of the way that we're teaching it, and that you should be thinking about it. Like nothing on the pickleball court happens in isolation. There's no always do this, always do that. There's so many moving parts, okay? So there's your skills individually, there's your partner, their skills individually, there's your opponents and what they can do individually. You might want to always drop it to a particular person, whether they're cross court or down the line from you. Typically a drop is easiest cross court because you have the most amount of space. It's the lowest part of the net. You don't have to hit that. You don't have to get it up and down so quickly as if you do down the line. You can kind of hit a little bit of a flatter arc on it than if you do down the line. So the modern third shot is really to get yourself thinking about these things that are not in absolutes. Like right now, like I said, all we've heard is either drop the third shot, or if it's high and short, rip it. Like there's that, yes, those things are, I agree with them 100%, but there's more beyond that.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.
Thanks so much for watching. For more free video lessons, please visit primetimepickleball.com. But before you head on over there, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, for Primetime Pickleball shirts like this and other great apparel, please visit ptpgear.com.